Justin Bieber may have just saved the world from cancel culture. Judge rules in favor of Justin Bieber and allows him to subpoena Twitter to turn over the identities of several false accusers. This could single-handedly end false accusations against men on Twitter, online, everywhere. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on the internet, we're going to talk about Justin Bieber. Now, I never thought that Justin Bieber would be the man to save the world, to save men everywhere from this cancel culture, but more importantly, from false accusations. False accusations have been a very, very big problem for men, especially in recent years, thanks to modern-day feminism, the women's movement, and the wokeness and cancel culture. Because of this, being a man in modern society is an inherent risk. If you help a woman, for example, you might get sued. You might get falsely accused of something you didn't do. And because the society we live in, doesn't seem to care about men or their struggles and their problems, you will probably be blamed even if you did nothing wrong, and you will go to jail. In fact, there's plenty of stories about women who falsely accused men ruined their lives until they finally admitted it years later. And what do they get? A slap on the wrist when they've completely destroyed someone's life? No. No more, my friends. Justin Bieber, of all people to save men everywhere and to cancel culture, it was JB himself. This absolute madman. Now, I personally don't like Justin Bieber. Never really have, and I gotta be honest, I'm not really digging his new look. If someone were to tell me, like, if I didn't know who Justin Bieber was, and someone was to falsely claim that, hey, that guy over there, he did something bad to me, I might believe them. He kinda looks the part. Bro, shave the mustache, please. You look better without it. You can't really grow one, man. Accept it. I know it's hard. We all want a full beard, but sometimes it's just not in the cards, buddy. So we're going to get into this. We're going to talk about the implications of this and how it may end cancel culture and false accusations everywhere, and a huge victory for men and the rights of innocent men who get falsely accused. But before we do, if you're new to the channel, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications for more content. And if you like this video, please consider giving it a share. Why not visit my merch store? I currently have these two designs. You can see them on the screen. The Deus Volt line. There's a variety of different products to choose from. There's t-shirts, there's v-necks, there's even stickers. I do have iPhone and Galaxy skins and cases. Link to all this and more is down below in the description. So here we are. Justin Bieber is going to save us. Here the story begins. Two women who used Twitter to anonymously accuse Justin Bieber of assault may be identified after a judge ruled that the star is allowed to subpoena the social media platform for the info. So, it used to be that a lot of these social media companies would have a very strict privacy policy. For example, if someone wanted to find out who you were, the company would say, sorry, we have a privacy policy and, it's our policy not to give away the information of our users. But here's the thing. If two people on Twitter falsely accuse you of a crime, well, they could ruin your life. Twitter does not have the right to withhold this information from Justin Bieber and his lawyers. You see, in the process of discovery, I'm assuming he was given a legal right to obtain this information. But this is bigger than Justin Bieber, and it has implications for all men and all women everywhere. If someone falsely accuses you, you may be able to point to this case and say, look, I believe these accusations are false, I have evidence against it, and I've got my lawyers, and I'm going to be pressing charges or filing a lawsuit. I demand that you give me the identities of these people so that I may proceed with the court. And if Twitter refuses, well, I would assume that they would be in trouble because you could take them to court too. So this was originally reported on Deadline, and I'm going to go over here because it has more information. Justin Bieber can subpoena Twitter for accuser ID in $20 million defamation lawsuit. Wow. Okay, that's a whole lot of moolah, folks. Jesus, Justin Bieber. Please shave the mustache. You're not doing yourself any favors, bro. You look like one of those creepy dudes that hangs out at the park and drives a pickup truck. No offense, man, I'm just not digging this mustache. Here it says, Justin Bieber's lawyers can subpoena Twitter, we know this, to obtain the two identities of women who anonymously accused him on social media of assault. The judge ruled this Thursday. Now, the singer's attorney said the allegations are provably false through witnesses and photographic evidence. And that's the amazing thing. Like, if you're a man and you get falsely accused and you're unlucky and you don't have an alibi, don't have evidence, but you know that you're innocent, you'll still probably get charged because the world is biased. The world we live in is biased against men. Feminists are always talking about how good men have it and how men have all the power and all the money and all the luck. It's all nonsense. Men have it worse in modern society. Society is so nice to women. You know, there's so many stories about women who transition to become men and live their lives as men. You know what all those stories have in common? All of them say that ever since they became a man, well, people aren't nice to them anymore. People don't help them anymore. People are more scared of them. And nobody really cares what they think or feel anymore. That is life for the average man. Ignored and persecuted. Because that's not equal. It's not equal when women can ruin your life after falsely accusing you. So the story goes on, quote, we just want to uncover who is behind those two accounts. And it may be the same person. Bieber's lawyer, Evan and Spiegel, I think it's Spiegel, told Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Terry Green. In a moment of levity, the judge mispronounced Bieber's last name and asked him if he should know who the plaintiff was. Burn! Absolutely burned! Man, can you imagine being a famous celebrity like Justin Bieber, but because you have the mustache, you have that damn mustache, the judge is like, Mr. Bieber? Who is this guy? Someone told me I should know who he is. Never heard of you. Can you imagine, like, the psychological blow? Oh, I'm a famous celebrity. Everybody loves me. They love me and they love my mustache. No, I actually hate it. See, even my lawyer agrees. Spiegel said that Bieber is a recording artist well known to certain demographics. Normies and trash. The judge replied, I gather demographics not 73 and over. Ooh, yeah, that's an ancient burn from the old folks. Yeah, they don't listen to that hippity-hop and that rappity-sappity. You know, that's music, all the poppity-pop. That's for the young folks. They're too cool. They're listening to, I don't know, what's the old band, guys? Mozart? Yeah, he was a shit. So in the complaint, the defendants are identified only as Jane Doe 1 and 2. Spiegel told Green that women cannot be served until they are identified, which could take months for Twitter to comply. So right now we don't know if Twitter will comply, but the judge has ruled, Twitter, we want you to comply. So if they don't, that could lead to a big lawsuit, and Justin Bieber has the money, that's for sure. So I think it's in Twitter's best interest to comply, and to comply in the future. So Spiegel said the accusers did not do their due diligence in fabricating their allegations of assault, claiming that everything can be disproven by eyewitnesses, photos and images, the paparazzi. Pretty much, Justin Bieber has filed a defamation lawsuit against the two anonymous Twitter users who had accused the star. Now, Bieber has adamantly denied all allegations, saying that they are factually impossible and disproven both by indisputable documentary evidence and the individual's own admissions. So the story goes that, their stories were full of contradictions. And, they changed their story, they didn't have their story straight, and, they both made different claims. So far, we only know a little bit about these. One is named Danielle, and the other was Daniela? I don't know. Danny and Katie on social media with their Twitter handles, those are their Twitter handles. Daniel Levigan, and it's not Katie. So Danny over here claimed that she was assaulted at the Four Seasons Hotel on March 9th, 2014. However, Bieber was not at that hotel in March of 2014, and, he has multiple witnesses, documentary evidence that he was not in that location. Therefore, Katie's accusations was factually impossible. It's pretty much the same thing with Katie. They both didn't do their homework. The suit is seeking $20 million in damages. Wow. Here's a copy of the official documents. This is from the Superior Court of the State of California. Los Angeles. Yes, I know, it's Los Angeles. Okay. It's a joke. And he's completely right to sue the crap out of these people because, enough is enough. Enough lives have been destroyed by women and false accusations. It's literally to the point in our modern society where there are more false accusations against men than there are actually accusations or real accusations. Most of them are fake now. And I don't believe it automatically. Now, that's their fault. That's all of these falsely accusers' faults, and I'm not going to change that policy. If I see a woman and she makes a claim against a man or even another woman, I'm going to say, show me the Carfax. I want to see the evidence. Show me the evidence. None of that? Then I do not believe you. After all, in this country, we have innocent until proven guilty, right? But, in the court of public opinion, men are just demonized and scrutinized and just thrown under the bus. So, okay, this is great. The lawsuit completely calls out Katie and Danny. It says, it is abundantly clear that these two individuals are trying to capitalize on the climate of fear permeating the entertainment industry. Oh my God, he just called you two attention-seeking harlots. Woohoo, boy. Hollywood and corporate America, whereby it is open season for anyone to make any claim. Quote, parentheses, no matter how vile, unsupported, and provably false. Man, they're just dropping bombs about anyone without consequence. However, Bieber will not stand idly by while defendants attempt to get attention and fame for themselves by recklessly spreading malicious lies that he engaged in egregious criminal conduct by assaulting defendants. Therefore, he's bringing up a defamation and libel action lawsuit to clear his name and set the record straight. They're in trouble now. That boy has the money. I personally think that he's not that talented. I don't really like Justin Bieber. Again, not a fan. Not a fan at all. But I completely support him. You go, Bieber, and you take these false accusers to the court. I believe in you, man. I really do. So, annihilate these people, destroy them, bury them in litigation. Why? Because false accusations need to end. Bieber did release a statement. He said, rumors are rumors, but abuse is something I don't take lightly, he continued. I want to speak out right away, but out of respect to so many victims who deal with these issues daily, I want to make sure I gathered the facts before I made any statement. Well, I guess that's respectable. I would have called that out right then and there. I would have been like, I would have called them liars. Oh, I would have buried them the moment they popped up their little heads. So I guess Bieber's nicer than me. But, clearly they have evidence that Bieber didn't do this. He wasn't even at these locations, So how could he possibly do it? Here's where he kind of cucks out a little bit. He says, quote, every claim of abuse should be taken very seriously. Nope. Only claims with evidence should be taken seriously. And this is why my response was needed. However, the story is factually impossible, and that is why I will be working with Twitter and authorities to take legal action, Bieber wrote. So, he's still cucking out a little bit, but at the end of the day, he is going to be working with Twitter. He is going to be getting this information, and a judge has ruled in his favor. Justin Bieber may have single-handedly canceled cancel culture. Who knew that this little pop star of all people might just save men everywhere? Truly amazing times. So, let's read a few anonymous comments. Anonymous says, that stash though. Yikes. See, I'm not the only one who thinks this. I thought I was crazy. No, he looks like a trucker. And no offense to truckers. Truckers are cool. But I mean, he looks like the trucker that isn't licensed to be a trucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody knows who he is. He's just out on the street, and he looks at you funny. Anonymous says, bet she's regretting making up false accusation for funsies now, huh? Now, we're going to leave this story off with this wonderful comment. Anonymous says, good for Justin Bieber. Frankly, I think social media platforms should be held liable. Preach it, brother. Law should also be in place to criminally persecute people that make false claims of assault openly on social media. The damage can never be undone. My child was accused of assault on a social media platform 2 years ago. It ruined their life. They went on a date in a public place where nothing could happen. The next day, the person's mother called, telling us their child was mentally ill and gets things confused. We thought it was odd, but she acknowledged that nothing happened on that date. 6 months later, at 11 p.m., her son got a call from a friend, and he was falsely accused. I'm not going to read the full story, but basically the woman said that he brought her to a dark basement and then assaulted her They spent a fortune on an attorney. They spent $100,000 and they sued the parents. Apparently they won. Nice. They got them to write a verbal public apology. It took them 3 years of litigation. See, fake accusers also deserve a day in criminal and civil court too. And you know what? They said it perfectly. But that, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? I think it's wonderful. Let them suffer. Let them suffer for what they've done. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. As always, if you like the content I make and want to support the channel, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribestar. And other ways to visit my merch store and take a look at my selection. I'm probably going to expand it in the future, so you can look forward to that as well. If you want to donate, there's DonorBox and crypto. Links are down below. And lastly, the best thing you can do for this channel is simply giving it a share. It's free, it's easy, and it means a lot. But at any rate, I just want to thank you guys for watching the video. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time.